Today we're making cream cheese chocolate chip cookies. They are soft and chewy and thick, and they have both semi-sweet and bittersweet chocolate in them, and it's just like packed into the dough. And there's like that cream cheese, which just adds this additional really wonderful flavor that just completes the whole thing, and it makes them extra soft and tender. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. So chocolate chip cookies, super simple, yes? So we're gonna start in the usual fashion by creaming our butter and sugar. Now, like most other chocolate chip cookies, I wanna keep them chewy, so I'm not gonna over cream. I'm kind of get it to that paste stage so that my butter is properly softened. And then I've got my cream cheese, which is less properly softened, but it's not egregious, so I'm gonna plop her in there. Fit that with a paddle attachment and get her going. So I'm just gonna scrape this down. We're just trying to kind of combine the butter and the cream cheese into like one homogeneous mixture. And if they are not softened, then this is really dang impossible. So they're pretty nice for now. I just wanna give them one more go around. All right, cool. Now we're gonna add our sugars. So I've got light brown sugar. Yep. And then granulated sugar. And then I'm going to give that a whirl. My granulated sugar is kind of chunky. Very upset with Domino right now, but I'm hoping it works its way out. Just give it a scrape. Right. Alright, so I've got like a smooth paste in there, and I'm just going to stop it and set it aside for just one moment. I want to whisk together all of my dry ingredients, make sure everything is set and ready to roll through. So that's my vanilla. Yeah. I'm going to crack my egg in one of these bowls here. I don't like to do it straight into the stand mixer because if you get a shell, then you got to fish it out, or somebody's going to eat a shell, and that's unpleasant. Grab yourself a whisk. This is AP flour. This is baking soda, kosher salt, and cornstarch. Now you know they're going to be chewy. Give those just a whisk together. Could have chosen a larger bowl, but I did not. So we're just gonna have to be a little dainty today. I'm gonna scrape this down. Those sugar chunks are driving me nuts. Because my butter was perfectly softened, we aren't gonna need to cream very long here. I just want to make sure that everything is incorporated. Hopefully those chunks have decided to leave us. Yeah. Lovely. I'm going to go ahead and add my egg and beat that in really nice and well. Add my vanilla at the same time. A lot of vanilla, so just kind of, slowly add it in there. Scrape. Lovely. So now we've got a beautiful paste in there. There's a few stray lumps of sugar, and we're going to start adding our dry ingredients kind of slowly, and we're just going to work that in almost completely before you add the next round. You don't want to overwhelm your batter with flour, otherwise it's going to take longer to incorporate, and then you're just going to have a tough cookie, and we don't want tough cookies around here. No. A decent amount of flour. Obviously these are chocolate cookies, so they're gonna, you don't want them to spread like crazy. We're just gonna incorporate that flour completely. It is hard to incorporate flour when you add chocolate chips. You're looking good in this bowl, just saying. And now we've got semi-sweet chocolate chips. And these are bittersweet. You could use all semi-sweet if you want, but I like the contrast between a slightly less sweet chocolate and the dough and like a sweeter chocolate. I just like that contrast. So you do you. Go ahead and turn this back on. It's a lot of chocolate chips. It's basically like as much chocolate chips as the batter will hold. And as I feel all good chocolate chip cookies should be. All right. I'm gonna give it one more twirl about because I want to make sure that those chocolate chips are distributed. And we're done. Now, this cookie dough, sadly, is best when it is refrigerated. So we're gonna refrigerate it 2 hours. You can also do it overnight. You can also freeze it and then bake it whenever you are having a chocolate chip cookie craving, which for me is quite frequent. So, now we're gonna make large and in charge chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. So, my original instructions, because this is an OG recipe from the vlog, is a 1/4 cup. Yes, my friends, a 1/4 cup. Get ourselves a piece of parchment. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and just scoop our batter. I'm gonna make sure it's a rounded scoop because I feel like, yeah, that looks like a 1/4 cup to me. Maybe closer to a 1/3, but you're gonna kick me out. So here we are. Just keep scooping. Okay, man, these are gonna be really delightful. Now we're supposed to get 24. I don't think that that's in the cards for us today because obviously my scoop is larger than a 1/4 cup. My bad. Now, you could of course leave them like this, but they're not going to bake into a beautiful sphere, right? So circle. So you're going to want to go ahead and just kind of give them a little help in the circle department. So we made 18. Okay. I mean, I'm feeling good about it. I'm not second guessing our choices here. I'm just not. No. This one's a little lacking in chocolate chips, so I'm gonna have to like give her more. That's the beauty of baking, is that if you see that there's, you identify a problem like that, you can just shove some more chocolate chips in it, and then nobody gets a sad chocolate chipless cookie. No. No one should have to go through that. We have fairly consistently shaped cookies. I'm not gonna pat myself on the back on this one, but I am gonna cover this in plastic wrap. I'm gonna pop these in the fridge and they're gonna chill for 2 hours. They could also chill overnight. They could chill in your freezer, and then you can make them from frozen. But you and me, we want cookies today. So we're gonna just pop them in the fridge and I'll check back later. It has been several hours and it is time to cook our cookies. And by cook, I mean bake. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees and regular, not convection. And I am going to distribute these amongst 2 trays and we're gonna bake them. So I am going to distribute them and then I am going to put a few decorative pieces on top, right? You wanna make sure that you've got some nice, beautiful chocolate chips shining through. All right, take a few of your semi-sweets. I'm just gonna pop them in there. Just kind of push them just in, just wherever, willy-nilly. I think this one has so many chocolate chips in it already, but the more the merrier, obviously. This one gets more on the outside because it didn't have very many on the inside. I forgot to double stuff it with more. And then we're gonna do a couple of the bittersweet, just, because they're a different look, they're a different vibe, if you will. They also get like really nice and melty, and they make just an absolutely beautiful top. Why? We are gonna pop these in the oven, 350 degrees, regular, not convection. You can do 325 convection if you want. It's up to you. I'm gonna pop these in and I'm pretty stoked because I know they're gonna be amazing. They're gonna bake about 11 minutes. So I'm gonna start checking, in about 8 and just make sure that nothing is going crazy in there. My oven isn't like having a moment. Because you don't want your cookies to be overdone because your oven's having a moment. No. And they're out. They baked about 14 minutes. And I just wanted to wait until they kind of spread. They got nice and golden brown on the edges. The one on the bottom rack, those actually got brown all the way on the bottom. And they start to kind of crack on top. So, yeah, we need to let them cool. Just a moment, let's be honest, I want a chocolate chip cookie immediately. But if you bite into a blazing hot from the oven chocolate chip cookie, one, you're gonna burn your mouth. But two, the inside is gonna seem like goo. So you need to let the crumbs set and then you can assess the chewiness. Not that these need to be assessed because I'm telling you, they're amazing. Anyways, cooling. All right, they've cooled, like it's been 10 minutes, which I feel is generous, given the circumstances that my apartment smells like chocolate chip cookie. So, without further ado, it's time to try. Who to choose? You. Yeah. It's got this like lava situation happening right here, which I'm just kind of loving right now. Okay. I'm just gonna bite right into that lava. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. So much chocolate. It's exploding in my mouth in the best way. Oh my gosh. It is thick and chewy. There's like a little crunch on the bottom from like where it caramelized. And the chocolate is just melty and perfect. You get a little sweetness from the cookie and the semi-sweet chocolate. And then you also get that like nice bittersweet chocolate that kind of balances it all out. And then there's that like from the cream cheese where you're just like, how are you so delightful? I need to try again. Mm-hmm.